New draw. It is Lucia. It is fire weapon, and it is a limited weapon. The limit break weapon for Lucia. All right, we'll jump right into that first. That's going to be interesting. This will be the premium pull. Yep. Oh, it's a step up one. All right, step up draw. The first pull is free. Nice. I've mentioned before that typically speaking, unless you're really trying to get a weapon to OB6, and we'll go over the weapon itself, whether it's worth it or not to get it up to OB6. But usually the step up draws, if you're looking for a way to spend a premium resource like red crystals in this game, this is a decent way to go for the weapon, because you still get the Mako gems that you would have gotten from the regular pulls. However, you only really want to pull on this if you want a limited weapon or weapon parts for a limited weapon, and you don't care about the outfit, right? Because this doesn't make any progress on a stamp card, which means you're not getting to the outfit. And ultimately, the outfit is the thing that's really the limited thing on these banners. Like, yes, this is a limited weapon, but you can use weapon parts to get it to OB10. You can use character-specific weapon parts to get it to OB10. There are multiple ways to get even a limited weapon up to OB10. Most of them take a long time to do, true, but like generally speaking, this is a pretty tough pull, right? That said, by the time you spend 9,000 crystals, you still get 30 Mako gems, which is what you would have gotten from pulling on the other banner. You get, I think, 3 pulls that have a guaranteed 5-star. One of them being the weapon that you're trying to pull for, which is good, right? And those are better rates, technically, than the stamp card, depending on what you get for stamps on the stamp card. So all that said, it's not a bad thing. It's decent. If you spend money on the game, it's fine. But at the bare minimum, it's still worth doing the free pull because it's free. So if you get the weapon from this, that's even better, right? But don't expect it at the end of the day. Come on, show me something good, please. Hit him with the sword. Not like that. Oh, dang it. Neither of those are Lucia. Ooh, it was a secret fever. Dang it. Saw a bazooka, nothing crazy there. I don't think there's anything that I could have gotten for Aerith here that I would be super thrilled about. Because I don't think her featured weapon would be in this pull yet. Yeah, no, okay. All right. Well, still, free 5 stars, we take them. We take those. That's a good pull. Hopefully that's a precursor for what I'm gonna be doing later on. As always, let's check the aesthetics of the new outfit. It's giving Sith, right? Like, this is clearly a Shinra outfit, but this looks like a Sith character from Star Wars, like one of the commanders on the Death Star. It's not a bad look. It's a good look. It looks like, it doesn't look like a Final Fantasy character. It looks like a Star Wars character. It looks good though. I mean, the cape looks good. I love the beret. I think the beret's cute. The weapon looks itself is kind of plain, but it looks decent, right? I like the little like green dots. It's kind of neat. Got some heels going. Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have said that, but yeah. I wish you wouldn't have said that, but sure, yeah. But yeah, overall, it's good. It looks good. The outfit looks good. It's solid. All right. So this is Lucia's first limited weapon. Her first ever limited weapon. I'm excited to see what they did with it. Let's take a look. So we've got Napalm Assault. It is a physical fire weapon, which is unsurprising. Status ailment Enfeeble is applied. Okay, great. And it's not tied behind an HP stat, which is awesome. Right? That's great. When HP is 50% or more, fire damage is increased all allies. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is like Tifa's weapon, but with Enfeeble. 450% is gonna be around 840, I think, at OB10. We'll check in a second. Comment, welcome in. Did you miss the moment? Which moment? Maybe, possibly, potentially. So that's at OB0. So at OB0, it gives Enfeeble a fire damage increase to all allies low to mid, which is honestly solid at OB0. And it gives +1 ATB at OB0, which is also good, right? So at OB0, this is actually really good on its own. Being able to go low to mid with the fire damage, I really hope. Really, really hope. We're gonna check. Here we go. OB6. Mid to high. Thank you so much. Let's go, dude. Yes. Mid to high is great. Excellent. Perfect. Sigil boost too. That's new, isn't it? Isn't this new? No, it was boost 1. It was +2. Holy crap. So instead of doing 5, that triangle sigil boost is going to do 7. That's way better. That's wild. Yeah, unfortunately. It is 840. Okay, so it is 840. At OB10, the mid to high doesn't increase. The HP doesn't go down. The enfeeble duration goes up from 45 seconds to 60, which is fine. Damage goes up. ATB usage is maxed out at OB6. Okay, so OB6 is where you want it. This is great. This is great. This is excellent. Attack all allies is great. This makes it very useful for either magic or physical, right? Which is awesome. Buff debuff extension is also very, very good because that affects fire damage increase as well, which is excellent. Lucia also has 2 different fire weapons that she can use with this weapon, which makes this even better because she has Marine Shooter, which has fire resist down, and physical attack potency and fire potency, which is great with this weapon as an offhand weapon. And she also has the Rose Musket, which is a magic fire damage weapon that lowers magic defense, which is also very good. So this being a split weapon with attack all allies for Lucia specifically is fantastic because both of those weapons, Marine Shooter and Rose Musket, are both very useful with this because it has Enfeeble, right? So that's fantastic. This is a great weapon. This is a great weapon. This is a great weapon for Lucia to have for a limited weapon. Obviously, like I said, buff debuff extension is also very good. Attack all allies is also great. These materia slots are fantastic with Sigil Boost 2 is great. 674 attack is high, right? Pretty good. So yeah, this is an excellent weapon. Excellent weapon. This isn't as good as Matt's was, right? But it is still really solid. I like the fact that this weapon is still good at OB0, right? Because most damage weapons really struggle, right, with lower overboost levels. And this isn't, I wouldn't even consider this a damage weapon necessarily. 840 is fine, but that's 10% lower than Cloud Sky Splitter, right? So she should do around Cloud's damage, right? Assuming that she has an Arcanum coming, right? I haven't checked the outfit yet. But yeah, so this is great. It's a great weapon. Enfeeble is obviously very, very useful. It's nice to have another option for Enfeeble. We only have, I think this is the 4th weapon that does Enfeeble. So it's always good to have more options. Lucia is a great support character as well, so having Enfeeble on Lucia is very good. And yeah, it's a solid weapon, man. Solid. Let's check out the outfit. We've got Reprieve. Okay, yeah, there you go. We've got Reprieve. And then Shinra Insignia. Let's take a look. Shinra Insignia. We've got... Ooh.
More beans?
Separate buff debuff extension is great. And then she also got the Arcanum. So it's a 50% boost to her physical fire damage. So this is the first Arcanum one that we've seen that didn't have defensive abilities, right? But she does have Reprieve. So she does have Reprieve. So yeah, the outfit's great. Obviously, like I've said before, you know, defensive abilities are always really, really useful on outfits like this. It's arguable whether Reprieve or defensive stuff is better, right? It's up for debate whether you think Reprieve is better or defensive abilities are better. It's completely up to you. In terms of the outfit, though, in terms of other outfits that Lucia has got, she's only gotten one other outfit that's really been like solid for Lucia, and it was that Earth outfit that came just after the half anniversary, which most people weren't able to pull for. So if you don't have a good outfit for Lucia, this one's great. Being able to just have Reprieve, buff debuff extension, and some physical ability damage is great. This is not a bad banner at all. This is not a bad outfit. This is not a bad weapon. And this is a solid banner, man. It's a solid banner. As always with limited banners, you're always going to want to do at least one pull just so you have a copy of the weapon. Since we don't have any other limited weapons for Lucia that she's competing with, you can use her weapon parts to get this to OB5 or OB6 really, really quickly, right? You know, it does have some M. Bison vibes, doesn't it? I said it would look like Star Wars. I said it looked like Star Wars, like she was a Sith on the Death Star. Let's check the stamp card, see how the stamp card looks. Basically the same thing, right? 3 guaranteed 5 stars in the first 6 pulls, or the first 6 stamps, 2 guaranteed weapons, which is excellent. But yeah, the normal stamp card here, right? Nothing crazy. Like I said, you probably want to get this to OB6, but this is a great weapon to have at OB0, honestly. It does enough at OB0 that I don't think I really care too much to like go super all in. So for this one, it's really going to come down to if you want the outfit or not. In terms of whether or not I think you should pull on this, it's really going to depend on your account for this one. If you don't have a Fire Arcanum, so if you don't have Clouds, Vincent's, I think Sephiroth got one. I did, Angeal didn't, right? No, he just got a weapon. But if you don't have one of those 3 in terms of just an offensive fire outfit, if you didn't get the Omni Arcanum for Sephiroth, if you didn't get the Omni Arcanum for Tifa, right? In terms of just physical fire, if you don't have a good physical fire outfit, this is a great one. It's the damage is high enough, and with a 50% boost, it's going to be good enough that you're not going to have to worry about it too much, which is good. And like I said, the her kit is really, really built to support a weapon like this because she's able to do both physical and magic support with this weapon, which is awesome, right? Excellent. In terms of the wish list, something I didn't mention when going over the wish list was her Nightjar weapon. The Nightjar weapon is also very useful in the guild battle because you do need Diamond Sigil break, and this one breaks physical defense and magic defense both. And although the magic defense is only mid, so the Rose Musket's still more useful in the fact that it goes to high. Being able to have a split defensive down weapon with a Diamond Sigil break for 3 ATB is still very useful. So if you don't have Nightjar at OB6+, you should include that on your wish list as well. We want to pull for the Lucia support weapons, right? This is going to be the easiest way to handle this. So the 2 weapons that you're definitely going to want to be looking at are the Marine Shooter. This is an AoE physical attack decrease and an AoE physical or fire resist down. High to high at OB6, and then mid to high for the physical attack decrease with physical ability potency and fire potency. This is an excellent weapon, pairs extraordinarily well with the weapon that you're pulling for on this banner. And this is likely what you're using as her offhand weapon, or maybe even her main hand weapon if you need the physical ability potency that high, but you probably don't, right? You probably don't. So this is probably going to be her offhand weapon. Having a physical attack decrease with fire resist down is excellent. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It does have a fire boost slot as well. Not that that's necessary, but this makes for a very good offhand weapon with 664 physical attack. Pretty strong. Rose Musket is the magic fire weapon that has magic ability potency and fire potency. This one actually does magic fire damage on a single target, but it also lowers magic defense, which is great. It's nice to have that support on the magic side. It lets her be a magic fire damage dealer. And although you don't get the full effect from the Arcanum outfit, you only get the 30%. Still an extra 30% on top of the 620%. Not terrible. It's not the preferred way to use the outfit, not the preferred way to use the weapon, but like it works, right? So if you don't have that at OB10, that's a great option as well. In terms of her offhand weapons, assuming you're going on the physical side here, you have attack all allies, you have fire potency, you have buff debuff extension, you have attack, and I already said attack all allies. So you have 0 physical attack at this point. The one that's the obvious one for me is Radiant Edge. This gives 62 boost physical attack, another 39 points of fire potency. It's very, very good as an offhand weapon. 655 physical attack is absolutely fine. If you don't have that at OB10, that's a great option. And then everything else would just be some filler stuff. You'd want to get physical attack all allies in there to help support your actual damage dealer, whether that's Cloud, Vincent, Sephiroth, etc. Whoever you want to, or Angeal even, because Angeal's got a really good support or a really good or decent fire weapon, right? So that's an option as well. Whatever you want to put in the offhands there, it's fine. So the rest of the wish list, I would start including all of the really good weapons that have just been released into the pool, including the Rocker's Guitar, the Serrated Remigus, Cloud's Full Throttle, and in my opinion, If you haven't gotten Sword of the Hunt in OB10 yet, probably Sword of the Hunt. But Sword of the Hunt's a very good weapon for Zac. And it's really necessary to make Zac do damage, right? This 35% exploit weakness. It's only slightly better than Yuffie's, the one that Yuffie gives to Zac now, so it's less useful than it was when it first released, but it's still pretty solid, right? But this would be my wish list because I believe I have Rose Musket at OB10 already. I'm going to double check that quickly. Rose Musket is not OB10, so I will throw that on there as well. Obviously, for the Marine Shooter, we're going to throw the Marine Shooter on there. We only need 2 more copies of that one. That's not terrible. Okay, so that makes it easy then. So then that's going to be my wish list. It's going to be Marine Shooter. It's going to be, I'll drop Sword of the Hunt for Rose Musket. I don't really need Rose Musket at OB10 at the end of the day. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it at this. Marine Shooter, I do want at OB10 if we can afford it. Obviously, the rest of these weapons are also very good, and that's how I'm going to keep it. So like I said, with every single limited banner, you want to make sure that you have at least 1 pull. This guarantees you at least a 3 or 4 star copy, and that way you're able to use weapon parts down the road to be able to upgrade it. Let's see what we get. Hey, we get a 5-star copy. Excellent. We'll take a 2-stamper. We'll take a 2-stamper. At this point, I'm actually going to save. I want to wait until the Dragon Quest stuff starts getting announced. I want to see what those banners are going to look like before I invest into this any further. And this is out for a month, right? So I'm gonna chill. We're gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna try to like go too hard in the paint here. And again, at OB0, this one's pretty good. Nothing extra. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll take the 1. Excellent. All right, that's going to do it for the banner for me. Like I said, this is a great banner. For me in particular, I've got a lot of really great physical fire options that I don't feel the need to go in super hard for this. This is obviously a great support for physical fire. And if you have Vincent's fire outfit and Vincent's fire weapon at a high overboost level, she makes a great support for physical fire Vincent. And for Cloud, it's not as good because Cloud already has the ability, if you have his lock sword, to increase his own fire damage. So he wasn't really reliant on that to begin with. And the enfeeble effect is dope, but it's good for the thing that she does, right? Which is fire resist down. So it's fine. It's good. It does decent damage. It's a very good weapon. The solid, like, I'd say like a solid 7.5 out of 10, right? If I had to give it a grade, like a number grade. It's a really solid weapon. The effects are really, really good. The outfit is really, really good. It's not like extraordinary, right? It's not like what Matt's was. Matt's was a 10, right? You had to pull on Matt's banner. But like this one's good, right? It's good. It's solid. It's a good limited weapon. That's all I can say for it. It's a good limited weapon.